Peace, y'all. Yo, yo, yo. What up, babies? So today I wanted to talk about um whatever anybody else wants to talk about, but I also want to talk about earlier today I did a reactionary piece to the interview that the lovely Miss Grace White did on a young lady by the name of Sydney. I'm just gonna use her first name because I don't put her last name out there. If I just don't want to chance that. I just don't want to do it. So I just was doing a piece about that, a piece about Takeoff's reaction because this is what I do when I watch things. I don't know if anybody else rides work like my rides because I've seen a lot of people do rides, but it's nothing like my rides. But um my rides work as if so if I would let somebody talk and just have my rides, and they'll tell me if they're lying, if they're telling the truth, if it's right or wrong or whatever they need to convey, they will tell me, and I will understand because it's all about your intuition too. With the rides, your intuition has to tell you the next question to ask or what was answered. And so a lot of times if somebody was talking, I just had to rise up and they'd tell me if they lying. So they told me that she was telling stories about the seizure. I'm like, oh wow. And which I believe it was Takeoff. But it could have been God, but I believe it was Takeoff. I really do. So um it was a lot of stuff. I wish I could remember it frame by frame, but I can't remember right now. But they said that the seizure was a lie. They said no. They said when she said she used to being around celebrities, they said no. I felt like Takeoff was saying no, she was fanned out. And but I don't know that for I mean, I feel like it was Takeoff, so that's what was said. Um it was other stuff, but I just cannot think of it. I wish I like had it with me. Like I started to do instead of me reacting, I started to do to play the interview and let the rods react so y'all can see what I'm talking about because they will tell me the truth whether I ask for it or not. Okay. So it was pretty good. Like I can't remember. It was so much stuff that he was reacting on to say, but it was something that he did say was true. Probably about the probably about emotional pain or whatever. But then I went a little wild with it, and I chose to ask Pop. I said, Pop, now you got hit 2 times in the head. So was the emotional pain of being shot in the head, was that after being shot, was that worse than being hit actually? And he was like, hell no. He was like, no. He said that shit real fast. That's why I swear he said hell no. But look, so anyway, I just wanted to say something about that. What else? Oh, my stomach is growling. I hope y'all can't hear that. My stomach is, I'm hungry. I'm about to go downstairs and eat. Mm. So, um, so what else did I want to talk about? Um, I'm sitting up here watching the Eagles replay. Okay, them Eagles came through and did that damn thing. They won 38-7. They went in with it. I ain't know they was gonna get them like that, but yeah, they did they damn thing. So anyway, um, what else did I want to talk about that? Oh, so me and another content creator, I'll say, because I don't like to say blogger. Um, another content creator or whatever. I feel like we had a little minor discrepancy because I was watching his. See, I love his channel, so I didn't want to be a hater with what I put in my piece, but I had to show him that it was wrong about what he said about. He was saying that um it was no escalators in this building. So I said, um, "Are you sure?" Like I try to do it as gingerly because what I remember was the day after in the 810 billiards building. So what I remembered was the day after Takeoff was shot. Oh no, actually that day because they was reporting live from the scene. They had a picture up and they had the escalators going up and down. Like you could see it right there. So I'm like, you sure? Because I saw escalators in the news. He was like, no escalators. That was the blueprint. I went back and looked at that blueprint. That was not. I don't know if it was. It could have been somebody's blueprint, but it wasn't the right blueprint. The 810 Billiards in Houston is at Polk, the intersection of Polk and Jacinto Street. And then the other street on the side of that is Dallas Street, and the other street on the right side of that, which would be the east side of that, would be Carolyn or Caroline Street. So it was no Green Street there. I don't know where that came from. So I'm thinking that he maybe put in the 810 Billiards and thought that this was the right one, but it was another state. So because as far as I know, that's the only one that's in Houston. So um and also just for the record, I've been looked up the 810 Billiards. I just didn't choose to post it. And I could prove it if somebody else try to say somebody's trying to copy off of them or something like that. If they try to say that, I could prove that I looked it up before anybody that I saw was ever thinking about looking it up. But yeah. So I feel like it was a pretty good interview for the lady Grace White. It was nice. Let me see something. Okay. So it was a very good interview for the girl, Grace White. Um I felt like personally, I say you always see the thing at the bottom and say everything said is alleged. I feel like even she did not believe this girl. Like you can't change your body language. Your body telling you when your mouth and your when your mouth says one thing, your body will say another. And so when she said she was like something about a miraculous recovery, she shook her head no, like girl, that wasn't no miraculous recovery. She didn't say that out her mouth, but her body said that out. And so it was something else that she said about I can't remember, but I felt like she was saying you was not is not, or maybe it was when she said it's a miracle that you made it through, or so this she was asking her questions. She wasn't trying to trap up the girl. It's just that the girl was going back and forth on her story and saying one minute that this happened, the next minute that that happened, and it was about the same issue. It was deep, but also I wanted to bring up. So I'm gonna skip over to but I'm glad that Sydney is safe. That Sydney made it through that experience because I'm not trying to negate or even belittle her experience because if I was, I really do think it was a graze, but if I was grazed, I would have said I got shot too. Like I would have felt the same way. Like shoot, if I never felt no bullet even touch my skin, shoot, if that bullet even grazed my skin, I would have said I was shot too because I wouldn't know. So, I wouldn't know the difference. I would have felt the same way. So I'm not trying to put her down or anything. I just wanted to pull out the discrepancies and anything that I see as mistruths or half truths. So anyway, so let's move on to the Idaho situation. It's something that I did not say that I wish I did say because it came true. Like I was watching somebody and matter of fact, it could have been in my dream. This was back when I had my dream about my uncle and then I said something about the escalators and something to do with Takeoff, and then it morphed into the Idaho 4. Now, it could have been right then, but right around that time, I knew that Madison and Xana worked at the Mad Greek, and they said that he came in there. Xana said he came in there and that he was so unrecognizable that she wouldn't have noticed him. And I remember I was talking about all this stuff, but I never went into specific about the Mad Greek, and it bothers me so bad. I listened back to it, and it was saying the same things about Xana wouldn't even. It took her being in afterlife to realize she actually met this man. I mean, that she met him before at where she worked or whatever. Or, but yeah, I didn't say where she works, so I was salty about that. Hey, Josh, how are you, babe? How you been? How you been, honey bun? It's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a minute. And I meant to comment. Sometimes I don't be looking down, so I don't see everything that y'all say sometimes. And I meant to comment on your New York thing. Oh, but I'm sorry, baby. But Philly did the damn thing tonight. Don't leave me, Josh. Don't leave me. I was just talking about that earlier. Hey, baby. That's right. You blessed and highly favored. So yes. But so what's your plans for tonight? Or how you feel about was you rooting for New York in the football game? So just a question. But yeah, but it was a good game. And I was trying to win that on I don't know if it's associated. I think it is associated with Fox 29. The dude Terry, I don't know if it's Terry Bradshaw, but yeah, I'm not leaving. Okay. But the dude Terry Bradshaw, he do this challenge thing about where you could win $100,000, or it depends on this one. The Eagles versus the Giants was $100,000 you can win. I got all six questions right, but I ain't get the numbers right because you gotta like it's questions like how many yards is this gonna have, or who's gonna have the most yards, passing yards, and how many will they be? Or who's gonna have the most rushing yards and how many will they be? And who's gonna win and by how many points? I got every single thing right, like who's gonna win, who's gonna have the most rushing, all that stuff, but I had the numbers wrong. So I wish I'd have got them things right because I'd have won $100,000. This is the third week I got all the answers right, but I did not get the numbers right. But tomorrow is another day. I could win $50,000, and it's free, cause I'm not a better. Like I don't bet. I don't sports bet for money, so it's free. You can do that. You could just download it, and they already lost, boo. But anyway, so so what else I was going to say? Oh, so tomorrow is going to be between Dallas and the 49ers. And so if I get all six questions right and all six numbers right, I could win $50,000. So hopefully tomorrow is another day. So, oh, actually, right now is officially today. So, yep, I'm gonna try to get that $50,000. I need that because God knows I ain't getting no type of support. So I'm gonna have to get this shit up if I don't get no like. So hopefully I'll do win it. Um, but yeah. So what's your plans for tonight, babe? You doing anything tonight? Just busting it up in the house? Okay. So anyway, let me go back to what I was saying about the Idaho. So what was I saying about that? Oh, that I was mad that so on Friday, a report came out about that he showed up at there because somebody told me that the Mad Greek was a vegan restaurant, and that's what made me like I didn't know was that he showed up at their job. So, but I knew that it was like a part of the dream was like I thought I was seeing through Xana eyes in this dream, but it was two people and then it was another person in front, but it was a tall guy, and I thought that like I felt this is the impression I got from the dream. I got from the dream that the impression was that he know Dylan. He know Dylan, that's why I was sticking to that. So he knows Dylan and that they met him before. I just thought that they was all together, that um Madison, Xana, and Dylan was all together when he met her. And then I also heard him say to Dylan, but I never seen him. I just heard him. I seen a tall person. I never seen the person face. So I heard him say, it's okay. I'll let you sleep. So I felt like that was through Xana's eyes that she wanted me to know that she heard this the night that they was attacked. So there's a lot of things that people don't know when it comes to that type of stuff. So, but yeah. So, but yeah. Um, I don't remember if it's something else, but I forgot to say it. I wrote it down and everything right around when I was talking about them dreams. I broke them down into three different dreams because I was talking about Takeoff with the escalators, and I asked them what did he pass near the escalators or anything like that, because it's something with these escalators, and the only way I could relate the escalators is to Takeoff. And so yeah, so that's how I knew it was escalators already because I had a dream that involved escalators. But I don't know exactly what Takeoff is saying about these escalators. I wish I did know. So, um, but the Idaho 4, I kept thinking that the whole dream's about them, but it was also mixed in with my uncle as well as the bit about the escalators with Takeoff. So some of this did pertain to Xana, Madison, and Dylan. They were showing the dynamic of Dylan. And I thought Dylan met Brian at where they work at. And that's what he was saying to her, like trying to take her home or trying to go home with her and say, don't worry, I'll let you sleep. But no, it was the day of the crime. This is the words that was said in Dylan room that what's the name overheard. Um that Xana overheard him say to Dylan, or they might not have been in the room. They might have been in the hallway. And he said that, don't worry, I'll let you sleep. But yeah, that was said. And also I want y'all to look out for um the investigators saying that I'm trying to remember what I was trying to say. I done lost my whole train of thought. But I want y'all to look out for the investigators if they ever divulge that Kaylee and Madison were, I don't know if Madison was arm in arm, but I know Kaylee wrapped her arm around, I think around Madison's arm. I really believe that. Was that what it was? Yup. So if they ever divulge the particulars of that, I would love for somebody to check on that. And y'all better come back and give me my prop. When y'all see I'm right, I wish, but I would never go harassing them about something like that. But I wish somehow, some way, the parents come through. Also, I might make it my mission to try to tomorrow. I think I'm gonna try to go to a certain organization. I'm not gonna even get specific to see if we can get baby girl summer found because obviously Tennessee ain't trying to do it. Okay, they ain't even trying to do it. And thank you to a woman by the name of Donna. Is it Zach? But I know it's Donna. It's her first name. So thank you for remotivating me and making me feel like I can make a difference. Hopefully they listen because hopefully they don't try to send it back down because they feel like I'll skip the chain of command. But my whole reason for skipping the chain of command is because they ain't listening. They didn't listen for a year and a half. So we'll see what happens with that. So, anything else I'm going to talk about? Um, what else did I want to talk about? I don't know. I think that's it. I really do. So I might be wrapping it up. This might be the end of my live. I'm trying to think if I missed anything. Yes, I'm so eager to find out what Ethan tried to say to me. Because I never, ever remember it. I keep saying that, but I don't remember what it was. But I know one thing, if Ethan was up, he would have beat the fuck out of Brian. Seriously. Okay. So, I think that's it. But yeah, I wanted to say something about that Mad Greek restaurant because I forgot to put it in my either live or story. And this was around the time of those three dreams. So, y'all, I was so mad at myself. I said a lot of specifics, but I did not touch on that. That was at the bottom of the page. I was like, look at this crap. I felt like I messed up, but that's okay. I mean, as always, tomorrow. There's plenty of other things that I was valid on that, so I might do a story about it. I might not. I don't know. The difference between me and a lot of people is I'm not a true crime junkie. I'm not a person that enjoys seeing people being murdered and the blood and the gore. Excuse my word with the BLOOD. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that or not. But the DNA and the gore of it all and the all that type of stuff. I'm not that type of person. I'm really trying to find people justice. That's the difference between me and a lot of these people that's out here doing it. So, um, it was something else that just popped in my head that had to do with them. But yeah, oh, about the DNA. So, mark my words. I don't know if they done thorough enough DNA checks and everything in the Idaho house. But remember, I said in the beginning that his DNA is literally mixed into the crime scene. So if they thoroughly investigated, specifically, they need to double check with Kaylee. Madison's bed where Kaylee and Madison were. So they need to double check that because I feel like they need to double check all four rooms, but specifically where Madison and Kaylee were found, because I think um, his DNA is actually mixed in to their DNA. But you already know what their DNA is, so you can decipher this is hers, and this would be his. Because I told y'all before that he cut his finger, and when he cut his finger, um, he almost cut it off. Like I said, I thought it was two fingers, but he almost cut it off. So it would have been leaking. And then if you seen the cut on the side of his arm that I was showing y'all the other day, that would have definitely been leaking. So he had to mix his DNA. Even if he had on gloves, it would have been leaking through the gloves because he almost severed his finger and he cut his arm so deep that would have been past the point of the glove. So I believe his DNA is mixed in with their DNA. Okay, so all they got to do is eliminate. Is like the process of elimination. They know what Madison's is and they know what Kaylee's is. So, well, I would say check all four people's, not just don't just check. So I know that it was some type of DNA at its point of entry or something, but I feel like it was a better source of DNA in the crime scenes. So I just want to say that. And I think that's it for today. It was lovely kicking it with y'all. Thank you for being there with me. I love y'all. Have a good night. Peace. And please support Cash App. Thank you. Hit that Cash App.